Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. So this is our monthly question and answer. So grab you a cup of coffee and come sit a spell with me. We like to do this once a month. We're going to try to keep it up to go through and answer our most asked questions for the month of May. So I've went through comments and Facebook and emails and things like that and jotted down a few questions. And so I like to personally answer some of these in case you have that question too. So Andy's not with me today. It's hay season, y'all. So I'm on my own. Any of y'all wives married to farmers, you know how it goes. But yeah, so y'all can be looking forward to some hay making videos next week. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll try to make this as short and sweet as possible. If you recognize where we are, we're hanging out here in Maggie's flower garden. I was out here walking around this morning just listening to the birds, and it's a cool, crisp morning, and I just thought this would be a nice place to do this video. All right, well, might as well go ahead and get started, right? So, do we grow any herbs? I've had this question a few times, actually. So, yes, I do grow some herbs. We've got rosemary. I gotta think about what all I got. I got rosemary, sage, thyme and oregano, parsley, cilantro, and basil that we planted. As far as, you know, those are culinary herbs, but also they have a lot of great medicinal benefits too, especially things like rosemary. But of course, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice on that. But your culinary herbs a lot of times have medicinal uses too, so y'all be sure to look into that. Also, as far as medicinal herbs go, I have lemon balm that grows rampant around here in certain spots. I have lemon balm, I've got yarrow, mullein growing wild out, you know, in the pasture. I thought I was going to plant some, but I've got two big, beautiful plants out in the pasture, so I've just left them. I've got, you know, plantain comes up wild in the yard. There's a lot of wild things that grow naturally around here that can also, you know, that have a lot of medicinal uses. But those are the main herbs I grow. I do like to dry them out after the summer to keep them to use through the winter. Now, my rosemary, it hasn't seemed to be bothered by the winters. I've had it probably, I don't know, I want to say 4 years at least. It's at least 4 years old, and the bush is just massive. But that's the simple answer to that is yes, we do grow culinary herbs, but the culinary herbs, like I said, actually have a lot of medicinal benefits too. So they can be interchangeable. Y'all saw on a previous video me talking about our fresh sausage that we make, and a lot of folks want to know what kind of sausage seasoning we use. We use something called Old Mansion sausage seasoning, and we also add some extra sage to that as well, just to taste. And you know, that's our favorite. We've tried several different ones through the years because there was one that Andy told me, I wasn't around at this time, but you know, years ago that they used that they quit making, so they had to find a different mixture for the fresh sausage, and the Old Mansion was the winner, and it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Next question is about my cookbook. So yes, I do have a cookbook out there floating around the Amazon, but let me tell you about my cookbook because I don't want y'all to be disappointed in the cookbook. But that's something that I made 3-4 years ago, something like that. And it's True Grit and Community. So what I did was I put some of my recipes in there, but I also talked to folks here in the community, some neighbors and things, and got some recipes from them and made this little cookbook. And I pretty much made it for folks, you know, a little cookbook for folks around here in our community, never thinking that the YouTube would do what it has done. But anybody that's purchased a cookbook, I do want to say thank you so much, and I do hope you're enjoying it. I would love to make a new cookbook in my own style. And if any of y'all know how to get started on something like that, shoot me an email, truegrit@appalachianways@gmail.com. Because hindsight's 2020. I published my first cookbook through it's like Amazon self-publishing or something like that, and so Amazon kind of has control over that book now, and I would like to do it a different way. But like I said, I don't even know where to get started, y'all. Don't even know where to get started. So that's that on the cookbook. Do I homeschool the kids? Yes, the kids are homeschooled. Jacob went to public school through the first grade before I pulled him out. But yes, my kids are homeschooled at this point right now. It's just the way I felt the Lord was leading me to go. I'd never felt a pull so strong in my life, honestly. And it's really been a blessing to be able to homeschool them. And me and Andy, we still work. I'm just part-time. He is full-time. But we make it work. And like I said, I feel like I'm blessed to be able to do that. Where are we from? So used to in the videos, I don't know why I quit doing it. I need to start doing it again, saying where we are. Because I realize there's like a ton of new folks coming in, and they're like, where in the world are these crazy people at? But we're actually in the foothills of North Carolina. So we're right at the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're not deep in the mountains or anything like that. I wish we were, but our little community here is definitely, the Appalachian culture is strong here. And it's a very secluded area. It's cut off by 2 different mountain ranges. And I wouldn't have it any other way, y'all. I love where we live. I love where we live. Mine and Andy's both family have been in the general area about as far back as we can find, So roots run deep around here. They do, and I don't plan on ever going anywhere. I'll be right here, right where my ancestors were and his ancestors, and I don't know, it's just the way it's supposed to be. You get attached to it and you feel you feel something in the ground, in the community. You just can't leave. It sucks you in. Places like this, I don't think we could leave even if we wanted to. All right. Canning mats. So if y'all remember back during the winter and the fall, I make they're canning mats, and they have like a heat-resistant batting in between them that are big enough that you can set your jars on instead of having to lay out a towel or something like that. I hope to get back to getting some made, but I'm gonna tell y'all, time is tight. It's just me and Andy and the kids. I make those by myself, and it takes some time. I hope to get those back out. As soon as I make more, I will put it out there on YouTube and on the Facebook page when I get some more in my Etsy store. I just haven't had time to make any lately. It just, you have to prioritize your time. And with homeschooling and with the gardens starting and all that, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that is not shown on the videos. We were in the hayfield till 9:30 last night. So, stuff like that is not maybe necessarily portrayed. And, but anyways, to the canning mats, I will get some made ASAP. I don't know when it'll be, but I will put it out there, and y'all will be the first ones to know when I have some more available. How long have we been on YouTube? I've had this question asked several times here lately. So I've actually been on YouTube since 2019, guys. So 5 years. Been on there almost 5 years. It was like the end of 2019, if I remember right. But for years, I might post one video a month. I think there was one time I went like 3 or 4 months and didn't post a video. And I really, thanks to Andy's help, I really started getting consistent about this time last year with my posting and being on a schedule. And that really, if any of you are thinking about starting your YouTube channel or you have a YouTube channel, that's what helped us tremendously. YouTube algorithm liked us being on a schedule. And that seemed to really help, you know, push the videos out there. But I've actually, like I said, been making videos since 2019. You watch them old videos now. Y'all don't judge me on them old videos. The video quality is not great. I guess that's the best way to put it. It is not great. You know, I was learning, doing YouTube was definitely a learning curve that it took me this long to figure out. I mean, it's kind of like you just keep throwing mud at the wall with YouTube and find something that sticks. And YouTube and y'all folks seem to really enjoy like the vlogs, and actually they're so fun to do. Like I actually really enjoy recording the vlogs instead of just recording like one thing that we're doing that day. I really like recording those vlogs. They're a lot of fun, and they're a lot of fun to go back and watch. So that's more what we're doing now, is just the vlogs instead of how-to videos, like, you know, showing you how to do just one thing, except for here and there, of course. We'll occasionally do those. How to get in contact with us. We've had a lot of people ask that too. The best way to contact us is through our email, truegrit@appalachianways@gmail.com. I get a ton of emails, y'all, so just bear with me. I check emails about once a week just for my sanity. I can't check them every day. Technology gives me anxiety. I mean, as ironic as that is that I make YouTube videos, technology gives me anxiety. And so I check, like I said, around once a week. Sometimes it's a little longer than that, but I will get back to you. But you can contact us that way. I also have a P.O. box. You can check the description for that. You can follow us over on Facebook. We have a True Grit community page and a True Grit official page. The official page is where Andy and I post. You can follow us there, and on Instagram. Please do not send us private messages via Facebook or Instagram, because they go to message requests folder, and I like never check that. So the best way to get in touch with us, like I said, again, is email. So please email us if you want to get in touch with us. The bird tape. So I know we have not done an updated video on the bird tape. We just haven't been videoing while we were down there. Because, you know, y'all see about 3 days of the week, you know, via YouTube. And just haven't. I need to do that. Hopefully in a video next week, y'all will get to see the creek garden. But yes, the bird tape has worked fabulous. I was down there actually yesterday walking around just looking, and man, everything is growing good. The popcorn's kind of wishy-washy. I don't think our seeds were that great. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with the popcorn. Probably just leave it and let it do its thing, but yeah, the popcorn's not hitting on a whole lot. But other than that, all the beans and peas and everything are doing great. We've not had any more crow pressure, but the funny thing is, while I was down there, I heard 2 crows down there talking to each other. They're probably like, why can't we get in there anymore? Look at all that delicious food. And I just thought, you know what? That's good enough for you, Mr. Crow. Can't get in there in my disco party. And speaking of that, so we had a ton of people ask why we don't just build a scarecrow to put down there in that garden. So let me just be for real with y'all. Scarecrows are cute and all. I mean, they really are, but man, you know what? Through my lifetime, I have seen crows sitting all over them scarecrows. It might work for a day, but them crows are extremely intelligent, and once they realize Mr. Scarecrow ain't moving out there in the garden, then they go check it out and realize he ain't real. So, you know, a scarecrow is not really a great way, at least for that size garden, a great way to keep the crows out. But the bird tape has worked fabulous. On my chicken processing video, I got a lot of comments about, why in the world are you throwing away the necks, the gizzards, and the livers? Well, y'all, I'm just going to tell you. My freezer is full of way too many good stuff to be eating chicken livers and gizzards and necks. I'm just saying, I know some people love them. And I save them occasionally for Andy. Like, I'll fry him up some chicken livers, but I don't. And gizzards, if you've never cleaned a gizzard, they are awful to get clean. At least in my opinion. You know, some people may feel differently, but it ain't worth the trouble to me. So what happens to that stuff is a lot of it gets fed to Tiger, a lot of it gets fed to the cats, and some of it gets fed to the pigs. And so, you know, it doesn't go to waste. We do feed it back to stuff, and the blood goes. We went around and fertilized a lot of our stuff with the blood. Now, if all those folks comment that stuff, if y'all were my neighbors, I'd be happy to come down here. You come down here, I'll give you that stuff. But Megan ain't keeping it. How do we control the rats and the mice? I get this question a lot because of the way we store our field corn and the way we store our potatoes. So y'all, I have a ton of barn cats, and I'm sure you have seen different ones wandering around in different videos. I say a ton. I mean, I probably have 10 barn cats that just roam the farm here. And the mice, rat population is slim to none. Now, I need them to be out here working on these bowls that's out here in my garden. But as far as rats and mice, man, I have not had a problem with any of that, and I couldn't tell you when. They have done, they earn their keep around here, because even down at the pig lot, we used to get big old wolf rats down there. No, they keep all that at bay. I've had a few comments, especially on the chicken processing video, about tough chicken. So this is kind of a hard one to answer, but that's one reason me and Andy like the Cornish cross. I know there's some people that's like, ooh, I ain't raising them dinosaur-looking birds, them alien-looking birds. What? You know, they're not fed hormones to make them grow like that. They are crossbreed. That are crossbred several generations to make these really fast-growing chickens. There's no hormones or anything like that that is in these chickens to make them grow like that. They're just like Frankenstein chickens. But they are so tender, and the reason they are so tender is because you can process them at such a young age. So that makes the chicken very tender. But even with the Cornish cross, if you try to eat it the same day that you process it, it will be tough as leather. It will not be good. Backyard roosters, you know, you got to let them grow, 4, 5, 6 months for them to get a decent sized process. Backyard roosters are tough. They are tough. They are delicious. But you can't be roasting them whole like a whole roaster chicken. Just in my experience now, somebody else may have a different experience, but them roosters need to be brined, I'd say, for at least 24 hours before you cook it. If not, at least 8 hours before you cook it. Or you can cook them under pressure. Like, they make great canned chicken. They make really good canned chicken because it is pressure cooked, so it tenderizes that meat. Or low and slow, crock pot, you know, cooking it all day. You will have the best chicken broth you could ever ask for them backyard roosters. You really will. But even doing those things, your texture is going to be different. The texture of those roosters and those spent hens is different. It's different than what the average American is accustomed to. It is way different than the Cornish cross. And have we tried the Freedom Rangers? Yes, we have. And still prefer the Cornish cross. Now, if times get hard and I can't order Cornish cross from the hatcheries, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to eat my backyard roosters, you know, and my spent hens. It'll be what it'll be. And yes, I know how to process them by hand. I've plucked many a chickens by hand before we got that plucker. And, you know, you would do what you had to do. But for right now, while we can get the Cornish cross from the hatcheries, that is our preferred method 100%, is with them. Just like I said, the flavor, the texture is out of this world. But like I said, you know, Grandma was accustomed to the way those backyard roosters tasted. and the way the texture was. But we have become so used to that grocery store chicken, which is the Cornish cross. That's what you get at the grocery stores, is the Cornish cross, that these other types of chicken seem tough. So that's my answer to that. I hope that helped some as far as that question goes. And outside jobs, I kind of already answered this, but yes, me and Andy do work outside jobs. I'm a part-time registered nurse, and Andy is a full-time landscaper. He owns his own business, and he does lawn maintenance and landscaping. Blossom end rot. We had a lot of comments on that video. Mine and Andy's accent is so strong. I know it is, and it's hard for people to understand what we're saying sometimes. But it's pelletized gypsum. That's what we put down by our tomatoes to prevent the blossom end rot. Ever since we've been using that, it has, well, we hadn't had a problem with blossom end rot. Now, this year may prove us wrong, but we've used it for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's really helped, because we have struggled with blossom end rot in the past. So I will put that I'll put that down in the description too, but it's pelletized gypsum. And who edits the videos? So you looking at her. I edit all the videos, and we record actually on my iPhone. I think it's like an iPhone X. It's like an iPhone 10. You know, they're just trying to be cool about it. But it's, we record everything on the iPhone. And I do have these little microphones now that we just recently got. But they've helped a lot, and I'm sure y'all can tell in the videos. But, yep, record with my iPhone. I actually edit and everything on my phone. I've tried doing it on the computer. It's much easier through this app that I've got on my phone to edit the videos. I usually spend, each video is 4 to 6 hours of editing with every one of them. That's not counting, the time we're out here recording. That's just editing, uploading, and, the thumbnails and blah, 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 that stuff. So, yeah, usually 4 to 6 hours of video. And like I said, I do all the editing and everything. But I kind of enjoy it. It's something, I do it late at night and early in the morning. Usually when I'm editing videos, I'm up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning working on it, or I'm staying up till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, just because, again, there is so much stuff going on here during the day. And plus, one reason I went part-time was to be with my kids, and I'm not going to take that away. So the YouTubing is usually late at night or early in the morning. And merch. So since we put out the video for thanking everybody for 50,000 subscribers, I have people asking about purchasing the merch. So I will put a link in the description of this video if you would like to purchase a t-shirt or a coffee mug. I do have that floating around out there, but y'all, I'm just the type of person, and I don't know why I'm like this, but I am not one that's going to ask people for money. And I feel like me advertising like my shirts and my coffee mugs in my mind is like asking y'all for money. And I know that times are hard, and I just hate to know that people are spending their hard-earned money on us. And, I know people do what they want to with their money, but I don't know. It makes me feel guilty. I enjoy making the videos, and I'm glad that y'all enjoy watching the videos. And y'all know what? That's all I could ask for. That's all I could ask for right there, is y'all watch the videos and share the videos, and what a blessing that is. But that's all the questions for today. If you have questions you want to hear us answer, leave them in a comment below. I do go back to the question and answer from before and try to look through those questions as well to answer on this one. But you can see the sun's fixing to come over the tree, so time to get some work done today. I got cows to move, chickens to move, housework to do. I did most of the garden work yesterday, so that ain't too bad. I don't know how much garden work I'll be doing, but housework, there's always plenty of housework. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This little question and answer, like I said, we'll try to do it again at the end of June. And anyways, till we see y'all on the next one, y'all have a good one.